I have for a very long time, for many years, wanted to feel like I was a part of something, like a part of something bigger. And when 100 Thieves reached out to me for this opportunity, I was like, hell yes, I'm super down. Let's go. I've been playing video games for as long as I can remember. I have 2 older brothers and they were always like into games. I remember far back when we had a Super Nintendo and we would play games. Well, I wouldn't play games. I would watch my brothers play games, and when it was my turn to play games, they would hand me a controller that wasn't plugged in, and they would play, and then I would think I was playing because I was a dumbass kid. But the first actual like game that like was my own was when my mom bought me a purple Game Boy Color, and my first game ever was Pokemon Red. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, but I moved down to San Diego for school at UCSD, and I was working there for a little bit, but I had a really bad breakup in like a long-term relationship, and I essentially just kind of wanted to get out of the city. So I moved back home. I moved in with my mom, and I kind of didn't have any like real goals or life aspirations. Like I had really bad jobs, essentially no real direction in life, and basically along the way I met Edison's girlfriend at the time, Fuslie, and that's kind of where I learned about the world of streaming. Because before that, I didn't really know about gaming content creators. Like the only person I actually knew about, funnily enough, was Disguised Toast, because my roommate was a huge Disguised Toast fan. Like he loved playing Hearthstone, but like I didn't really know anything about that because I didn't play Hearthstone. But yeah, like Fuslie was like the first like name in streaming that I knew about. And then I went to TwitchCon 2016 on a whim, and I was introduced to this world of Twitch, which I found to be really cringe. It was really weird to me. I was like, why do people watch people play video games? I was literally like a boomer. I had a boomer mindset. I didn't understand why people watch people play video games. But yeah, after that TwitchCon, I tuned into a few streams and I was like, I get it. I totally get it. Like there's a sense of community here. These people are really entertaining. Gaming is kind of like a vehicle for like their personality. I kind of wanted that for myself. I wanted like the sense of community, of like belonging. So like I started streaming for fun, and I made a lot of friends through the streaming space, specifically through like Edison and Fuslie. And they brought me onto Twitch. They collabed with me a lot. They gave me a lot of exposure, and like I'm super grateful for it to this day. I was on this like trajectory, and then COVID hit.
I believe you. All right, we're voting Lily here.
Wait,
All right.
Yeah, guys.
it's Leslie, and you had to beat it! And,
Oh.
During COVID, there was a game called Among Us that happened, and I think the majority of my popularity came from like playing a lot of these Among Us lobbies, specifically like the Hafu lobbies, the morning Among Us lobbies, and those are so fun. And my streaming career has been very weird if you think if you look at it from a broader perspective. I'm still trying to just like experience everything that I can experience. I know that a lot of people are kind of like, I don't want to say set in their ways, but they're okay with being comfortable, you know? I was kind of like that for a little bit too, but I realized like I was very dissatisfied with just like seeing the same people every day, hanging out with the same people every day. Like I love them to death, but I was thirsty for like new experiences. One way or another, through this friend or that friend, like I was started meeting new people, finding new like groups to play. Like some of it was like very serendipitous. Like for example, like Hafu and like that group of friends, like the Among Us lobbies, she like reached out to me on a whim and asked me if I wanted to join. And she was like, so yeah, would you love to wake up at 8 a.m. for an Among Us lobby? I was like, oh fuck no, that sounds awful. But you know what, for this opportunity, I'm down, I'll try it. These bags under my eyes are literally developed during COVID because of my sleep deprivation. Wake up at 7:45, I'll play Among Us for 6 hours, and then like around 4 or 5 o'clock, I would then play like other games with my friends that I normally play with, and then I would play with them until like midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Let's fucking go, bitch!
And then I would be like, oh shit, I have to wake up in 4 hours. So it would be like that clockwork for 8 months. And I was dying inside, to be honest, but like, it was also really fun.
The guilt is too much. It was me. The guilt was too much, chat.
I try to just like put myself out there, and also I try to be open about who I am and like be honest with like other people. And yeah, it's been good.
What the fuck?
Milk me, please.
Working in like a minimum wage background for many years has opened my eyes to like just like all the different people that you can meet and like all the different stories you could hear from, and just like every single person you meet has their story, and it's just like so interesting to like learn about them, you know?
She did.
oh. Happy birthday, dear Peter!
I was very realistic about like, oh, this is very unlikely to become a thing that becomes a real job. Like, there's no way. There's so many talented streamers out there. It's so hard to break in. There's so many people already on Twitch. There's no way I could gather like a following that would be enough where I could just completely pay my bills and like be good. So at the time, it was really just about making friends. And like, I gotta say, I made a lot of friends through Twitch and it's incredible. Streaming is like one of the few jobs where like, if you force yourself to do it, you know that you're not doing your job well, if that makes sense. Like, people can tell when you're like not feeling it, when you're forcing yourself to do it, when you're miserable, like it's just not it. And I've put a lot more emphasis on like IRL relationships, like meeting people in person and stuff like that. So right now I'm still in the process of trying to strike that balance still, like trying to figure out what makes me happy. Because right now, like I'm unhappy with the amount that like I'm putting into like content creation. I want to focus more on that again. But I think by joining 100 Thieves, I'll be definitely putting more emphasis on that again. But then I also like how 100 Thieves also puts a lot of emphasis on like real life opportunities, real life experiences, which is like another huge reason that I joined. So I don't want to say like 100 Thieves is gonna fix me, like, but it kind of is in a way.
I'm glad I wasn't able to.
So cute.
Wait.
Nice try.
Oh,
I don't like the knife. I don't want to hear anything. You did not see me fuck up a fucking number sequence, okay?
I love whenever like we come up with like some kind of like an actual like interesting idea that's not necessarily gaming, but like is more interactive with the community. Like recently, I did a stream with my friend Broden where we reviewed and critiqued dating profiles. But like it was like actually a good faith effort to review it. It wasn't just like a roast session. I'm just looking for like funny random ideas that could be like interesting and not something you would typically see. So that's where I find the most enjoyment out of it.
All aboard the hype train.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I am known for specific things such as spending ridiculous amounts of money on mobile games / like gacha games. Like I've spent enough money in Genshin Impact specifically to buy a car.
Please! No way that just happened! Yes! Finally!
You know, I'm done with you, Peter. I'm just asking questions.
I don't know where anything. Oh wait, we probably can't use any of that. Never mind. I take it all back. Sorry.
Wolnef invited me to come hang out. Honestly, I did not want to go out. I was very much in my, I'm ready to just stay in bed all day and just not do anything because I'm lazy. But Wolnef is very persuasive in a good way. And I came out, a lot of 100 Thieves members were out as well, hanging out, and they kind of just said like, hey man, I think it would be really cool if you consider joining. And I was like, honestly, I would love to fucking join. It's 100 Thieves. Are you kidding me? Like, this is awesome. Like, the fact, I was very flattered at the prospect that these really cool people, they wanted me to have any part in this. That night that I was asked to come hang out with like 100 Thieves people, like Kaide was there and she was just like, I want to do a podcast with you. And I was just like, I would fucking love to. Let's do it. And then she was like, yeah, we should call it Boomer versus Zoomer because you're old and I'm young. And I'm like, you know, that's not the pivot that I was really expecting, but you know what? I'm down. Fuck it, let's do it. Hopefully it'll be a surprise to someone, but overall, I think everyone's really excited at the prospect of me joining. Because I think my community has wanted me to be part of like some sort of like content group for a while, or like a team. And they also really like 100 Thieves, obviously, because their talent on here is like amazing. And like the stuff that you guys put on is always cool. I think they'll be really excited. They also know that like with these kinds of signings and joining a team, there's like more opportunities, more content involved, more structured content, which they definitely want me to do. And on top of that, I think they're excited for me to like interact more with like some of their favorite like content creators like Leslie, Ray, Tina, Brooke, Will, like all these incredible creators, Kaide, like just, I could name literally any member off 100 Thieves and they'll be like, yeah, that's fucking cool. So just expect way more collabs from me as well. I expect more variety content on my own stream. I'm looking to like really push towards content creation again in like a really like regular way. So honestly, I'm just really excited to join the org. I think it's gonna be a really fun opportunity and just getting to know everyone. It'll be really cool. Sheesh! Okay. I feel like I am kind of out of touch with the young kids these days a little bit. I try to stay, I really try to do my homework and go through TikTok a few hours. Like, I think if you're cool enough, you could basically say whatever you want, but I don't think I'm cool enough to say lit. Oh, that's fucking lit. See?